Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Got another shave of the day for you. And today we're going to be delving into Stirling's Black Cherry. It smells like black cherry. So if you ever had, like Dr. Pepper or black cherry soda or soda pop or whatever you want to call it. Depends on where in the country you are. It's like, I call it soda pop. Some people around here call it soda. Some people call it pop. Like, what is it? Anyway, it's a very nice, pleasant scent. Very nice. Then when it's a little bit diffused on the nose when after you lather it up, but to me it smells like Dr. Pepper. That's what I get off of it. I like Dr. Pepper. Don't drink it because it's got caffeine in it, but yeah, every once in a while you get the hankering for it. Like I don't do caffeine at all. I have a hard enough time trying to sleep without adding something that has caffeine in it. It's like if you put a little caffeine in it, I'm like, well, there he is. He's crawling on the ceiling again. Like who gave him the caffeine? He's like, can I come down now? No, it's just like can't sleep at all. Definitely. Smells good. Pleasant scent. I don't know what I've been doing here lately, but I just realized I didn't even show what the razor's going to be today. Yep. You could probably figure this one out. That's a Merkur 34C. With some Astra blades, yeah, all right. I think the last few videos I've been lathering it up and then going, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna use. Like, you get into a rut maybe, or has it become now a habit? I think it's a habit. I think that's what it is. First use on this blade. I did order some more Astra blades, so I have more than enough to last me for a year. But you know, when they're on sale, it's like take advantage of it. It's like instead of spending an extra $2-3 for something, you might as well. It's gonna get used eventually. Yeah, I really like this razor. It's really heavy. I like the nice thing about it is like with a heavy head on this, the weight of itself just does the work for you. The scent harkens me back to when I was a kid. Now, I can't remember how old I was when I first tasted Dr. Pepper, but we had this pop called Worms. Yes, Worms was the name of the pop. The old soda was, they had their different versions of everything, but they had the one that I really liked was the Dr. Pepper clone. I didn't realize it was a Dr. Pepper clone, but I really liked it. Kind of interesting thing though. We got into a discussion of Dr. Pepper in our men's group, church men's group. And our associate pastor, he's now retired, but when he was a young lad, his dad worked for Douglas, I think it was, aircraft or something like that. So he was an aeronautical engineer, but he moved to Canada. He said when he was a young kid, and they would take in Canada, they had these little heat plate like things. You take the can, you put it on this little heater, and they would warm up the soda. So they would drink Dr. Pepper warm. I'm like, I've never heard of that before. But I guess that was a thing up there. Up by Quebec. So, who knows? If you ever heard of that, such a thing happen. That was the first time I ever heard of that, but I've never would have thought. I always like my soda nice and cold. That was like something you hear and go, man, strange things in the world, you know. Every culture, you know, it's always been said, you know, it's like the English language is a common people separated by a common language and habits. It's like what they would call, what we call it, like a cookie, they call it a biscuit. And like, for, you know, the first time somebody said, you know, it's like they're having biscuits and gravy, and somebody's like, you put gravy on your biscuits? Oh, that's disgusting. No, biscuits are not cookies. It's like something I like making is biscuits and gravy. You know, you take some chipped beef and make a gravy sauce out of it, put it over biscuits. Very tasty. And it's not cookies. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff like that. And the other morning, my wife and I had sausage and eggs. You know, and it's like, well, these would be, I think they call them bangers in England. You know, the sausage links. And it's just breakfast sausage for us. And how much things have changed is like here in the States, you know, we're a kind of a melting pot of multiple cultures. You get people coming in from all over Europe and other places of the world. So we end up with all these different things that we call. Yeah, it's pretty evident, you know, it's like I got part of me is German heritage, and like my dad was, my grandparents spoke fluent German, you know, they were multilingual. They were like first generation, second generation immigrants into Iowa. So they would have, you know, they would sit around and speak German with each other. If they wanted something that they didn't want anybody else to understand what's being said, they would speak German. And if you spent any time, you know, with the family there, you know, it's like you spend a couple weeks. Next thing you know, it's like you start speaking German because they started teaching you German. Because only a proper good kid would know German. Like, man. It's like the number of things, like I can hear German words and it's like, okay, I've heard this one. What is this one then? It's like, I never took German, but, you know, you hear enough stuff. And my dad was, you know, would get mad at you and start cussing in German. And, you know, it's like, okay, I think he just called us something really bad because we did something dumb. You know, we're kids. You're always doing something dumb when you're a kid. Like, watching your brother go out the barn loft window, you know, where you bring the hay in, you know, because the rope broke, and he finds out what happened, and he starts cussing a storm up for how dumb kids can be. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of places in Iowa where they speak a lot of German. There's still places. It's like my sister-in-law, her parents, she speaks German too, because they're Amish, so they spoke German. I think what's kind of interesting is that she, like they always, I can't remember, it was like when they reach a certain age, they go out and explore the world, and as they like to call it, get amongst the English and learn, you know, the ways of the world before they go back to the community again. Well, she met my brother, and next thing you know, they're married. They got married. So she speaks German as a native. So it is kind of interesting. You know, it's like you always hear about communities that still speak their native tongue, even though, you know, it's like English is usually the primary language in this country. Like my next door neighbor, he's Hispanic, so he's trying to teach his young kids how to speak Spanish, but his wife is only speaks English for the most part. But yeah, trying to keep some of their heritage alive, which I understand. Never hurts to be able to communicate in other ways. So you shaved the head off that bump that's there. A little stain. Or else I poked myself, one of the two. I think it was just the bump. Well, and one thing is that this razor is mild enough that I can go against the grain on my upper lip with no problem. Typically. Like that. Pretty much got it. Yeah, there is a stinging right there. There's a little bit of hangover on the edge of this thing. Otherwise, you know, you can poke yourself with this thing if you get yourself just right, I guess. Man, smell like cherry in here. Probably should do a cellist shave again, because now I got the feeling I want more cherry. almond cherry scent. That would be nice. Since it's kind of a sweet smell, I'm going to go with a little bit of Stetson today. That smells good. Oh, that's a nice combination together. They seem to be working. That was Stetson. I'm starting to feel a little coolness popping in. All right, what do I do with it? There we go. That was Stirling's Black Cherry. Really nice scent too. So if you're into black cherry scent style stuff, there you go. And that was the Merkur 34C with some Astra blades. Made a nice smooth shave once again. I like it. Alright, so I hope everybody likes that one. So hit the old like button, comment, or whatever you feel like doing. And we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.